So I had this idea to hide a garden hose inside a flower pot and hook it up using these quick connect fittings whenever I wanted to use it, and then hide it away when I didn't want to use it. I thought it was a simple enough idea, but to see if that's really true, let's go back in time to when I first decided to get this ugly garden hose off our nice new patio. I grabbed a little piece of birch plywood and I marked the center point by drawing an X and then drilling a hole in the center so that I could fit it onto this little jig I made for my table saw to cut circles like this one. And I cut this into a 10-inch circle because that's the size of the pot where it's going to go, and I also notched out one of the edges so that I could fish it out of there and it won't get stuck. And I threw some spray paint on it to protect it from the elements and just kind of help it blend into the background. And then I drilled a bunch of holes to make it look like a giant shower head. That's not what it's really for. You'll see that in a second. First, I want to show you this garden hose I found on Amazon, which is really thin and flexible, so you can just jam it into a pot like that. And I added the quick connect fittings, and then there's the shower head, and oh, it's used for plants. This is fake grass, which is ironic because it's a pot made for watering live plants. Setting that irony aside, I added some plastic wrap to the edges. And then I threw in some decorative rocks to kind of make it look nice and seamless. And by the way, you can find links to all these products, except for the plastic wrap, at BuildingWithBlake.com. Here I combined some wood glue and water in a 1-to-1 ratio. And I used it to just kind of lock all those gravel pieces in place so when I go to take the lid off, they don't go everywhere. The plastic wrap was to avoid getting the lid stuck to the side of the pot, which, if I'm being honest, I didn't think to do the first time, so this is take 2. Then it was time to try it out, and you guessed it, the hose was a disaster because I didn't make it nice before I put it into the pot, so it was a tangled mess. And then I got this idea to spool it around this bottle that I found in the recycling. And I started from the middle so both ends would be free when I went to take it out of the pot. The bottom line here is if I had used a bigger pot, this would have worked a lot better. As it is, it's kind of a half-assed solution. I guess we'll see if I get sick of it. And in the meantime, I'll just keep this bottle nearby.